everyone, my name is JackO, and today I'm going to be presenting my Zenith project.
Yay!
Okay, my Zenith project is a 2D, 3D animation fight scene titled Monarch of the Mandala. This is by far the most difficult project I've ever took on, because I have no prior experience with 2D animation, so I had to teach myself how it works during the process. This animation is heavily based off my world building project, the Manosaurus of Shidomu. This is because the animation takes place in the world featuring characters from the world. I was originally hoping to include as many of the characters up here as possible. However, I decided to narrow it down to my 5 main characters: Kaito, Vanessa, Ivan, Edward, and Lucy. These 5 will participate in a game styled like King of the Hill, where the mandala in the middle of the plaza is the goal. Who will win? Let's find out. Uh-oh. Is it Richard?
What the heck? Wait,
Okay. Lucy was the one who provided the laughing voice clip, so thank you for that, Lucy.
Wait.
Try it again. Yep. Okay. Now, this is a storyboard I put together for this project. It is not accurate to the final version because my original plan was for it to end in a draw, but I thought it'd be more interesting to declare a winner. I had to work on this project a lot at home, given how much work it required. And even when I did reach a milestone, there was still a long way left to go. But I just kept persevering because I'm usually one who draws very quickly, so that's why I was up for the challenge. More on the process of the making of this. Yes, the background was in 3D. It was specifically made in Maya. I want to include some of the skills I learned in 3D animation in this project. And because I didn't want to draw the background over and over again, I thought I'd make a 3D one and just use different camera shots and movement to use for the background. All the 2D animation was done in Procreate using its animation feature. I started with drawing an animatic, and then I add the detail over it later. And the mandala ground texture was also done in Procreate. And to finalize it, everything was done in After Effects. Here's all the special effects I used in this animation. This was something I really wanted to use frequently in this project because I wanted to have a lot of personality and have very intense visual flair in this. and this also ties into the inspiration for this project. Persona 5 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse are two very stylized pieces of media with very in-your-face art styles that I really resonated with and was a really big fan of. So I wanted to also create a very stylish visual presentation. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a movie with incredible fight scenes that I often found myself analyzing when putting this project together. Thank you for listening to my Zenith presentation.
Okay guys, now given some questions, comments, especially from Zenith.
How did you find like the music and the animation?
Truth be told, that was an afterthought. I just decided later on, because I was really getting into the Omori soundtrack, I'm like, I want to use World's End Valentine for a song. But it somehow fits so well with the speed of the animation. That was not intentional. Yes.
So when how did it coming up with choreography for the fight scenes? Did you find the inspiration for like the movie for that, or was it?
I think a lot of it was, I kind of dreamed of how the characters would fight in my mind, like I had an idea of what their styles would be like. I think I usually turn to the movie if I need like reference, or I even looked at other videos on YouTube to see how to do like 2D fight scenes and whatnot. The whole thing was very fast paced, and that was kind of what I was aiming for.
Yeah, more comments guys? Yeah.
This is just amazing. I'm like astounded every time with how fast you're able to get everything done. But like, not only that, just there's so much like clear passion that goes into all of this. Like with your world building project as well. Like you have such a clear passion for animation, and like the amount of work, the amount of effort that you can fit like learning 2D animation throughout this process on top of making this whole thing insane to me.
Of course, thank you.
And yeah, all the colors that you use, all the like the character designs, like there's so much effort in it, and I really appreciate seeing that. So good.
Thank you. Emma.
I really like the way that you integrated the 3D backgrounds into the 2D animation, because I mean, like, you're already a really fast worker, but I imagine it was able to go by even faster not having to redraw the background. But like, I saw you working on that, I was like, oh, like, it's crazy. The amount of stuff that you're able to get done in such a short time, I'm so envious of.
It's going to be wonders in Digipen. Oh, no.
I'm just astounded that like this is the first time you've ever done 2D animation, and your first 2D animation was 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And you did it in a month and a half. So like, and you didn't just have one character, you had 5. So like, I am just in complete shock and just awe that you were able to do this and do it so well. Just kudos to you, my guy.
Of course, I did become somewhat of a workaholic during this, so maybe that kind of helped.
No, like,
But, kind of. Oh,
no, I was gonna say he was constantly working on it, because like when he would come over to hang out every Friday, he would just be working on it.
Yeah, he's in like econ class. He was like only ever working on
wait,
it.
did
On
you-
a related note, I was gonna ask how many hours you think you spent on this little photography?
Approximately. Probably about like, I want to say 40 to 70 total. Like non-stop. This is like non-stop work, assuming,
Yeah.
including everything. But usually the special effects, like when I made those, it took like no less than 10 minutes
I see.
to make like one special effect.
It's like mind-blowingly like crazy.
I wasn't expecting it to be 2 minutes long, for the record.
Okay, so I'm almost done. Any like comments? One more comment, maybe? Very last. Yeah.
I just want to say that you switching to animation was the right choice.
Yeah.
And you're really talented, and yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.